A warm welcome to you all. I'm glad you've tuned in. I've brought a product for you today that you definitely should know about. If you haven't come across this product yet, you absolutely have to give it a try because it's one of my absolute favorite sealants and it really doesn't get nearly enough attention. And I think you've already seen it here on the bottle cap. It's the Fusso Coat F7. This paint sealant has several advantages, in my opinion. It really has a reasonable durability. The way you apply it is actually quite unique. I'll show you why in just a moment. All you really need is an applicator. You can use a foam applicator or you can use a microfiber applicator. The bottle lasts you a really long time and it's also easy to refresh the coating. The water beading effect is just absolutely incredible. And the biggest difference compared to many other paint sealants is simply that during the application process, this product hazes up. That means it flashes off and forms a very light, white, chalk-like layer, which can then be polished off beautifully. And when that layer appears, you know that you can reliably buff off the product. If it still looks a bit watery, okay, you need to wait a little longer. And that's especially great for beginners out there because you can really see it well, especially on white vehicles. And of course, on this black one, it's ideal. But with white cars too, the surface becomes slightly matte. So that's a really big advantage, even if it's not so easy to see on white and silver. Highly recommend it. Now I'll show you how to use it. We'll take a look at the beading behavior and then I'll share a few more details. You should definitely give this product a try. Let's get started. Let's apply it now. First, give the bottle a quick shake and we're only going to apply it to part of the surface because I want to clearly show you the before and after effect. That's why we'll just do the right side here. Shake it really well. There's also a little ball inside. You can hear it too. Then grab an applicator. I'm using a slightly thicker one here. That way you keep a good distance from the product. For your own safety, you can of course also put on gloves, especially if you're using narrower applicators where you might come into more contact with the product. We only need a small amount here. So we just put a bit of this milk on the surface at the front. It's slightly milky, as you can see. And then, it's really honestly not a significant problem at all. I spread these dots over the area that I want to cover completely. And now I'll go up to the edge of the fender and gently go over it here. I would always do about half the hood at a time. So, and now, especially with these slightly warmer temperatures, or if you have a lot of fresh air blowing through your workshop or garage, you really just need to make sure you catch the right moment. Now we'll go over it again in the lengthwise direction. That way we achieve 100% coverage. Perfect. And now I'll let the time lapse run and won't make any cuts here. I'll make a really clean edge over here again. There we go. And that's it. So easy. I'll go along the edge up here one more time. Done. That's all. And now I think you can clearly see this film. Now I'll just let the time lapse run for a little while longer and show you the effect that it creates as it progresses. You can even further enhance the overall result by simply giving it just a bit more air right here, if you like, of course. And I think you can already see here how it's slowly drying out completely. Take a look without even having a cut in the video here. Now, the exact effect I just described to you is happening. It starts to chalk up more and more because depending on the weather conditions, the software says it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. If you have a lot of air circulation in your area, for example, if you have a carport, because you can also do this in the shade under a carport, I see no problem with that, then it goes a bit faster. In that case, it might only take about 5 to 8 minutes. You just have to try it out for yourself. The nice thing is the product actually shows you when it's done airing out. So 7 minutes have now passed and I'm going to shine the lamp on it here so you can clearly see this light haze. I don't have any ceiling lights on up here right now. So for now, the lamp will serve as our ceiling lighting. You can really see the difference here. This is how it should look when it's chalking up, as I always say, or airing out. There shouldn't be any visible film of moisture left. You can see here, it's actually a nice misty film. And now, when I go over it, I simply use a 500 GSM cloth. You can also use a 350. The nice thing is, the F7 can actually be polished out easily with almost any cloth. I'll just go right into the middle here and show you this effect. Take a look. Now we have this circle here, and then you basically remove this milky haze. And it's super easy to do. And the great thing is, even here, you get a really strong gloss on the paint. That's included here as well, because today I got more WhatsApp inquiries about products that provide a really strong gloss, but still offer good protection. Guys, then this product is definitely worth considering. All right, now let's completely polish this out. For that, I take my cloth and fold it up once. And I'll take you along with me here live, step by step. You can also start by gently removing the bulk of the excess here, always using one side of the cloth. Now, of course, we're collecting a lot of leftover product in the fibers. That should easily remove about 80 to 90% of the product residue without any problem. Now it's actually almost completely gone. Shake out the cloth and use a fresh side again. And now you can already see it here on the cloth. In terms of paint finish, it's really, at least at a top detailer level, Yeah, and that's basically it. So I think after the first round, about 95% of the material that needed to be lifted off was already gone. And now we're just taking care of the last remnants and it looks really great. So, and then I'm back again. I've just waited here for 4 hours now, but I really recommend at least 12 hours so you get the full performance and full durability. But I want to show you the result here in the video already. Let's take a look at the center here. I'll spray a little bit onto the surface. We still have some residual sealant here as well. But you can clearly see here, the paint is simply clean and polished. And definitely pay attention to this. You can now see the color enhancement, how this dark haze comes in from the right on the paint. So this refreshed surface, I think you can see it well. And that's also a really, really important point with the F7. I actually completely forgot about that point. Now we're about to move to the site where the F7 has been applied. And here you can now see a very, very clear difference. Take a look at how the water beats up here. Really very, very nice. Also the runoff path, let's let the drops run down a bit. Look at how cleanly they flow. Quite the opposite here on the side where the product hasn't been applied, right? Here you can clearly see how the water trays stretch along. And there are those bare spots. That really is a very, very clear difference. So my paint isn't completely dull or anything, you know. It's still well maintained, but I think that's a huge difference. And even here, look at how the drops run across. It really is an absolute recommendation from me, and you all know that. And that's not just been the case for 3 weeks, but actually since the beginning, and it's been around for a really long time. It's an absolute classic in the Soft99 lineup. Yeah. And this is the result after 3.5 hours of effective curing time. And that's already brilliant. Wonderful. And it really is that simple. I'm a huge fan. In my opinion, it's very, very easy to apply. It shows you exactly when it's ready to be buffed off. It has a wonderful durability even for this type of product. It kind of falls into the category of long-term sealants or liquid waxes or liquid sealant sits in that category, and it definitely doesn't have to hide there. It's super easy to refresh. If it starts to weaken for you over time, maybe because you had to use extremely strong alkaline cleaners, you can simply apply it again on top. You actually don't have to completely polish it off or anything like that. But if you want to remove it, you can also take it off quickly with a very strong alkaline or intensive cleaner, and then you just reapply it. So from my side, at the end, it's truly a big recommendation. And Soft99 actually has a promotion going on for this right now. That means 2 things are coming together here. First of all, I'm definitely giving a thumbs up for this product. This has also been my long-term recommendation for many, many years. And thanks to the promotion, you can get it included here as well. So feel free to check out Soft99 as well. And I really have to say, this is one of my top 3 long-term sealant products in this area, especially because it's great for beginners who are just getting into the topic, want to take a closer look, and want to move beyond spray sealants and spray waxes. If you want to explore the next level, this is definitely something you should take a look at. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments below. I think the F7 fan community is very, very, very large, and I believe I've contributed a bit to that, and I fully stand behind it. So this product is an absolute highlight from Soft99. So be sure to check out the promotion here. And even if it's no longer running, it doesn't matter. You can always get the product. It's definitely very, very nice and reliable, and it's a great introduction to the world of applicator application. See you next time. Your Sebastian. Bye everyone, and have fun enjoying the wonderful video effect.